My nephew suddenly walked in while I was playing with a true infidelity story. It was a rainy evening, and the soft drumming of raindrops against the window made the dimly lit room feel even more intimate. The scent of freshly brewed coffee mixed with the lingering traces of her perfume, creating a warmth that wrapped around me like a secret. She sat across from me, her eyes locked onto mine, full of longing and unspoken emotions. We weren't supposed to be here, not like this. But love doesn't always follow the rules. Are you sure about this? I whispered, my fingers tracing the delicate curve of her wrist. She smiled, a little nervous, a little daring. I've never been more sure of anything. Our hands intertwined, the silence between us charged with an intensity neither of us could deny. The world outside didn't matter. The commitments, the expectations, the lives we had built separately, all faded into the background. Then, just as I leaned in, just as the space between us vanished, the door burst open. Uncle. My nephew stood there, his wide eyes darting between us. Panic surged through me. The moment, our moment, was shattered. But she, with the grace that had always enchanted me, simply smiled. Hey, sweetheart, she said smoothly. We were just playing chess. Want to join us? I looked down at the board in front of us. The pieces were arranged as if frozen mid-game, an unintentional shield for our stolen time. He grinned, oblivious to the storm we had barely escaped. Yeah, but Uncle always cheats. She laughed, a soft, musical sound that melted the tension. Then we'll team up against him. And just like that, the dangerous edge of our reality was hidden behind an innocent game. But as I glanced at her one last time, I knew, this wasn't over. It was only just beginnings. A game of hearts. As my nephew settled onto the chair beside her, I exhaled, forcing my heartbeat to steady. The moment had slipped through our fingers, but the fire still burned beneath the surface. She reached for a chess piece, her fingers brushing against mine for the briefest second. A small spark, unnoticed by my nephew, but to me, it felt like lightning. So, Uncle, my nephew said, moving a pawn forward, you're not going to cheat this time, right? I smirked, trying to mask my distraction. I don't cheat, kid. I just play smarter. She chuckled, resting her chin on her hand as she watched me. That's debatable. The game went on, but my mind was elsewhere, stuck on the way she bit her lip when she was thinking, the way her eyes sparkled under the warm glow of the lamp, the way her voice made even casual words sound like poetry. Halfway through, my nephew's focus started to wane. He yawned, rubbing his eyes. I think I'm sleepy, he mumbled. She smiled, brushing a gentle hand over his hair. I'll take him to bed, she offered, her gaze flickering toward me for just a second, an unspoken promise. I swallowed hard. Yeah, thanks. As she led him away, I sat back, running a hand through my hair. The room suddenly felt emptier without her presence, but I knew she would return. And when she did, there would be no interruptions. The real game was about to begin.